a woman, I'm a paperhead.
Welcome in, SRA Nation. This is Season 5, Round 2, Division 2 at the classic Nurburgring. Joined here tonight by my fellow commentators. We got Dominic Duran. How you doing?
Doing great tonight, boys. Ready to be back for another great session of action for D2.
Me too. Last week was real fun. And what's going to make this one even more fun is we got a newcomer, Mr. Austin Whitescarver. How are you?
Doing good.
First time in the booth. You ready?
Oh yeah. It's exciting to be out here and see a good race.
I think we're in for a treat. I really like this track for just letting it rip. It's really technical with a wide variety of corners. Actually kick it over to the track map here so you can take a look. Located in Germany, 15 corners, and they are all so very different. We got fast sweepers, hairpins, decent straights to get a run on the guy that makes a mistake in front of you. Makes for some pretty decent racing. You'll find the lines here really tight and narrow, so if you want to make a move, it's going to have to be pretty convincing. But nonetheless, I really do enjoy this track. It's certainly a classic for racing. Take a quick look here at our team standings after week 1. A little bit disheartening to say, but Champion Motorsports is sitting on top right now with the Pod Racers. Close behind Ghost Rider Racing Twilight and Ghost Rider Racing Bendy Brew, rounding out the top 3. Won't be surprised if we see some drivers from those teams do well tonight again. I know all those guys there are putting in plenty of hours throughout the week for practice. Swapping over to our driver standings. We saw last week Mr. Sir just ran away with Suzuka. He is just a monster in Division 2 here. I saw some of his practice times before this race kicked off, and it's pretty disgusting. My ego was hurt last week by his Suzuka lap times, and no changes here at all. He was throwing it down. Joe Wong. I'll go ahead, Duran.
It was a little disheartening for me as well. I was gonna move down a little bit and probably say the same thing you were thinking. Is Joe Wong, Paul Kreska, and Colin Shea probably going to put up a decent fight this week as well for the podium spots. John Crown, I think, had an unfortunate race last week, but I think he should definitely be up towards the top as well. So we got a lot of guys who are fighting for that podium.
No doubt. Kick it over here to the live broadcast. Our racers are starting their hot laps here after getting those tires warmed up on the out lap. As is usual, 20-minute qualifying, 10 minutes for the silver class, and the second 10 minutes for the gold. At that 10-minute mark, if you are on a hot lap, you can finish that lap. If you cross the line after the 10-minute mark, you must pull over and return to garage. Who are you thinking, well, I already know the answer, it's Mr. Sir, but outside of Mr. Sir, who are you thinking is going to take a good starting position here tonight? No thoughts?
Oh, I had my mic up, excuse me. I am going to put Sir on pole. And looking at who we have here, I'm going to put Crown P2. And oh, I need a spicy P3. This is tough. This is tough. Give me Lucas Clinceris, P3.
Legendary. I'd like to see Lucas do well. He's been really grinding, and I know he's putting a lot of pressure on himself to do well. I'd like to see it pay off for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I know he was another one who kind of had a doozy of a race last week, so it's redemption week.
Yep.
But I guess there's 7 opportunities for redemption after week 1, so.
Yep. Plenty of time.
Exactly.
Mr. Whitescarver, are you familiar with our D2 drivers? Who are you looking at tonight?
Not super familiar, but just going off, kind of looking at some of those hot lap times. You know, we've talked about Mr. Sir, obviously. I think Crown has a good shot at being up there in the top 3. And then I'll go with car number 330, Mert, going on there, finishing the top 3.
I'm gonna.
Mark is strong here.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna pick a kind of a dark horse driver here. Currently sitting P2, Mr. Chilcutt. I saw him post a screenshot of his lap time in a practice server, sitting at a 54.1, which I can't even fathom. That
No.
that is faster than I could possibly think of going. So if he can replicate that in this quality session, he's going to do pretty well for himself, I'd imagine.
So right now he's sitting P2 with a 55 flat. He's a little bit up on his time. As he goes around, I'm going to switch the pip on over to him. Around the last... excuse me. There's the... Oh, what he puts up, he's dead even with it.
Marginal hiccups there on your internet there, Duran, but hopefully that's not persistent.
No, I don't think so.
There we go, just caught Mr. Doug Lee, put it on P3, quickly taken away. Smalley finding his way up in P2.
Who else we got with big deltas? I know Sir's up almost a full second, and he's already set a 54.9.
Jesus.
So man's on a heater.
If he cracks into the 53s, that man is solidified D1, no doubt.
I think he solidified D1 last week. Everything after that is just, just showing off.
That's also true, yeah.
No doubt, we got some quick guys in D2. I mean, the rate of improvement in this league is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, some of the guys in this division that were brand spanking new to sim racing who showed up here and are now just putting in, A, they're putting in the work, and B, they're putting out the results.
No doubt. If we see them keep this kind of driving up this season, I think the division shakeups in the offseason leading into season 6 is going to be pretty crazy. I think there's going to be a lot of heartbreak for maybe drivers such as myself, kind of scrambling there towards the bottom of D1. And I know there's a lot of guys down there. They're going to be on the chopping block with these screamers here at the top of D2. They definitely have what it takes. Just gotta string together a full season of good results, spitting out these fast lap times, and we'll see what happens.
No doubt, it's feast or famine for sure.
Yeah. And I was worried just coming into this season that I was going to get chopped down to D2. Now that I see these lap times, I got to step up my game. It's terrifying.
A little bit. So where are we at with qualifying? We've got 11 minutes to go. We used to run half-hour qualifyings where we'd have the gold split and silver split run 15 minutes apiece, but we have since reduced that to 20 minutes, so 10 minutes per split. And, you know, I kind of want to know how you feel about that, Evan. It's crunch time for sure, and it's, you know, if we're doing the math here, because we're all wizards, 2/3 of the time we used to have, so
Yep.
a couple less laps
Yep.
than before, get a good time in. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, Suzuka last week, I talked about how I'm the type of driver that needs a little bit of warm up, kind of ease into a quali session. I've kind of surprised myself. I actually threw down something similar to my PB in quali last night, so I couldn't really complain, even with the shortened timer there. So, in a way, I kind of like it. You really gotta. I guess it really tests, can you repeat your hot laps on the spot. You don't get a whole bunch of tries at it. You gotta have that just on tap, ready to go.
Absolutely.
Definitely separates the inconsistent from the consistent drivers. So in that way, I actually do kind of enjoy it. I think the 20-minute switch was a good idea. What do you think, Austin?
I mean, I like it, you know, being one of the newer drivers and everything. I never got to really test out the half-hour time frame, but I like the 20-minute 10-10 split. Really puts a lot of pressure on you as a driver to be consistent. I remember last week at Suzuka, I was sweating a little bit towards the end. I could not put a clean lap together until the last one, so it was a true one-shot for me. So really puts the pressure on.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know if we have any Trackalicious participants in the chat right now, but I know I participated with Trackalicious Eric and Tyler James of SRA in one of their GT3 leagues, and their qualifying was 6 minutes. So,
Oh wow.
I mean, borderline, not exactly super pole, but you really only get one, maybe two shots at it, and that was definitely spicy. So it'd be interesting if we could integrate something like that in here, but I'm not sure everybody would be for it.
See, that's definitely terrifying.
So we're ending this silver split qualifying, and so far our provisional pole sitter is in fact Sir, surprise surprise, followed by Chilcutt and Joe Wong. So that's a 53.9, a 54.8, and another 54.8. So Sir is almost a full second ahead of the rest of his split, but we're gonna see what these gold drivers can do. And they will have another, let's see here, 8 minutes. 8 minutes left in their qualifying to get it done.
Yeah, I did say a 53.9 would solidify D1, and he's done it. I think later this season we're gonna see him up in our races, Duran. It's gonna be scary.
Well, you'll see him on lap 1. I think after come lap 2 or 3, he's gonna be gone, Jack.
Yep.
Quite slow on the outlap here for Damiani. You see anyone around him?
I don't.
He's just crawling. Gap building, I guess.
Yeah. Smart.
Let's should we stay on board with him for a lap?
Yeah.
So coming down on the run to turn 1. Hard braking zone, stay on the left. Mid apex, get a wide line out of here, but quickly cut back to the right. Ease off the throttle control through turn 2, running out wide on the right, trying not to invalidate, and then almost immediately braking, trail braking in for turn 3, switching it back hard to the right for turn 4, and making a run down the short straight to turn 5. Just brush the brakes, get the car turned in, rotated, patience here, try not to oversteer. And then right after, another quick braking zone for the hairpin at 6. I don't even think it's a hairpin, actually. And we run out wide and make a short run down to the real hairpin. I think, is this the Dunlop hairpin? Dunlop curve? I don't know. Really tricky to get your line right through here. You have to be really patient on the throttle on the exit, otherwise you'll run wide and hit the dirt. into the Schumacher S's. Can be flat if you have the right quality setup. Most people lift a little bit. Pretty fun to go full beans through. And then I don't know what turn we're on, maybe 10 at this point. I've lost count. But this is a really fun complex of corners, like medium to high speed. And this is if you got the balls to pass someone at the end of this straight into the chicane here, then you absolutely can. Ill-advised, but some people do it anyways. Trying not to get loose over those bumps, and then going into the last turn here, pretty straightforward. Powering out down to the finish line, and what is that gonna do for Damiani? That puts him in P10. So room for improvement. He's only at 55.6, but he's probably got another, looking at the time here, he's probably got another 3 laps left.
Not a bad banker to throw in there, put it up on P10 for your first lap out.
Oh, exactly.
Build a little confidence.
Yeah, better to be provisionally P10 than to sit at the bottom of the pole for, or to sit at the bottom of the leaderboards for the entirety of qualifying.
Yep.
And then put in a heater for your last lap.
Yep. No, it gets really demoralizing when you're putting down laps and you're not seeing your position go up. It's like, I'm giving it everything I got. I guess it's not enough. It's just not your night. Good stuff there from Josh. Watching Matt Morrison here on the big screen with the Lexus, and I've heard the Lexus is actually pretty good at this track. Surprisingly, I've never driven it, but words from the Lexus boys, they say it feels good here.
Well, they're in denial. Most likely. I mean, it sounds freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Does it drive phenomenal? Questionable. In the right hands, maybe.
Yeah.
Whether or not Matt Morrison's hands are the right hands, I'm gonna leave that up to him. But he's looking like it's a half decent, clean lap so far. Let's see where he ends up on the board.
It's gonna move him up quite a bit, I think. There we go.
22. Okay. Not too shabby. You got major deltas here, or?
Seeing Alatufo, I know this is the people's choice for most beautiful livery in the league right now. Improving here, currently sitting P34, so he's gonna have to step it up this lap, which he is, up about 4/10 on his lap with still plenty of track left to go.
You know, with the field groups so tightly, and I'm looking, it's distributed pretty evenly except for pole. Small deltas will get you big numbers of places.
For sure.
Looks like Al is currently up. He's up 1/10.5 on this lap. Let's see if he can make anything up in the chicane here. A pretty smooth, I'd say conservative take on the chicane. So he's still up 1/10. Maybe we got anything in the, a little bit of understeer in the last corner. Yeah, he's gonna lose that delta. That's all right though. We got any other big deltas here?
Seeing our man, Mr. Crown, crossing the line. Up 6/10. P8.
Not bad, not a bad showing from Mr. Crown. We got Damiani, who's up, also up 6/10 and gaining. We already ran a lap with him, but not too shabby considering he's only halfway through his lap. This will be good enough to put him P4, I'd say, if he keeps it up. He's up 7/10.
So that looked clean. That looked very clean.
Okay, where's this going for Damiani?
This is a heater.
Absolutely. I think P2.
Woo!
P2. Wow. Good showing. It's a 54.6.
That is
Good
fast.
stuff. Good stuff. Who are we on right now?
Catching Colin Shea, rocking the McLaren. Sitting P20 right now, but he's up on his Delta. Might move him up towards P10 or so if he keeps this going.
You know what I see in this division? Healthy lack of Hondas.
Definitely right. D1 is a Honda fest. D2, got a good mix.
Yeah, we got a pretty even distribution here. It's pretty interesting.
I don't remember if E5. We have a couple Hondas here and there, some Beamers. You know, good spread all around though.
I don't know if I'm seeing this right, but Kovac doesn't have a valid lap in yet, and time is up, so he's going to have to make this one stick. I'm interested to see where this is going to end up.
Let's ride on board. Did I... What the heck happened to my camera? Oh, that was interesting.
Whew, Kovac, as time expires, put it in P15. Well, like we mentioned earlier, you got to save it till the last second. Pucker up, he definitely did, made it work. Our man, Michael Jeffries, currently P6 and up 2/10, could jump a spot here if he sticks this one too. Still plenty of track left to make something work. Approaching 3/10 now up on his time. Make it 4.
It's looking clean.
Might be looking at the second row right now instead of the third. One more spot, you can really mess up a lap here. I hope he doesn't. Oh no!
Oh, it's all slippery and out of shape in the chicane.
Why
Damn.
did I say that?
Commentator's curse, classic.
That's just every time I pass through there, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, well, if I'm gonna mess it up, this is definitely the spot. Of course, it's at the very end of the lap.
You gotta become a expensive lawnmower at that point.
Yeah. There we go. Latufo puts it right in front of his teammate Kovac for P15, bumps him out of that spot. And there we are. Qualifying is up. We're looking at Mr. Sir, followed by Josh Damiani, Alex Chilcutt, my pick for this race, Joe Wong, Smalley, Jeffries, Michi, Wagner, Kish, and Crown in our top 10. Not a bad showing there from our drivers in qualifying.
You were 2 for 3 on your predictions.
Pretty proud of that.
Not bad at all. I was 1 for 3, I think. I only got Sir, but that was I hate to say it, but that was an easy pick.
Yeah, we
You're
saw
not
that
even
one
gonna
coming.
count that.
Yeah, that's cheat code. But Damiani P2, Chilka P3. I like those guys. We'll see if they can put the pressure on Sir here early. Maybe make a move on him. I think if you let him run too long, he's gonna, like you said earlier, just run away. But if you can find a way to get past him earlier and defend for your life for an hour here, you might have a shot at it.
Absolutely. Any particular race strategies you guys employed yesterday? I know we're back at a 10-minute pit window. Last week we were at a 40-minute window. So this week the racing's a little bit more confined to the track rather than the pits. So yeah, like I said, any strategies in particular you guys are thinking about?
I tried pitting early this race last night, and I thought I was being smart going for the undercut, and I see the 3 cars in front of me dip in at the last moment, and we all ended up on the same strategy. So my decision there was all for nothing. I wish I would have stayed out. I thought I was being sneaky with it, but they actually snuck one on me. So I think in a perfect world, you go opposite of the guy in front of you and try to make that work. I think passing on track here is possible, but such a challenge that I think you gotta find a way past him with the pit strategy. So if you can find a way, switch up the strategy from the guys around you and do your best outlap that you possibly can, and find your way past the guy through the pits.
I would agree. I mean, obviously looking at the map when you can, see if there's a clean air, so you're not getting stuck behind anybody. So that way you can absolutely push on your outlap.
The overcut definitely seems pretty powerful in this game, especially given how long it takes to warm up tires.
Yeah, definitely. Like, as the sun sets here too, it's 7 o'clock in game right now. We're gonna finish around a little after 8. The sun's gonna be going down. Temperature's gonna drop just a little bit as the sun goes away from us. We'll probably catch it just at the horizon at the end of the race here. That's just another thing you gotta manage and account for. Be stuck behind somebody and in the dirty air, gonna be all sorts of managing your tires, both in terms of temperature and also, you know, fighting with the guys around you, getting stuck with the guys around you. It's kind of a toss-up, but it's part of racing. You got to manage your tires, pit when it makes sense, and maximize your window as best you can. Definitely interested to see what these guys, especially up at the front, do, depending on the gaps. See what's in their minds.
Oh, we'll see. They gotta make it past turn 1 first, and then we'll see how wide those gaps are afterwards.
Haven't even thought about that. Turn 1 is a potential bloodbath area with all the cars stacked up.
It really is. I think last night we actually had a pretty decent set of turn 1s across all 3 races.
Yeah.
So I got high hopes for these guys tonight.
Yep.
I will say people were getting their elbows out lap 1, just generally all across the track, but it was in all fairness, it was pretty decent racing.
That was a good race. I think, yeah, just kind of the nature of the track. It's actually quite narrow and the lines here are pretty tight. So it's quite easy to defend and can definitely do so aggressively. And all things considered, I think it went pretty well. Definitely a lot of paint rubbing, paint trading.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of tickets. I know we have that steward's perspective in the booth tonight.
Yep.
A lot of tickets, but a lot of minor incidents. Nothing crazy.
Oh, nothing too bad. Rounding the final corner here, everybody's getting in their spots, holding steady at that speed limit.
Green light.
Green light. Mr. Sir leads him away into turn 1. Everybody playing nice so far. A little 3 wide there towards the front. Oh no! Oh no!
Okay, we're okay.
Okay.
We're okay. One's backwards, but we're all right.
Little bump and rub there. Seems like everybody's found their place again. Making our way into turn 3 now. This one's sketchy, going too wide through. You really got to trust each other not to bump wide or chop down. Seems well managed there.
yeah, generally speaking, I think we're good so far.
Like we got 3 wide going into turn 4 or 5.
Absolute maniacs.
Oh, I'm seeing
The funny
Smalley.
thing is, they probably don't even know.
Oh
Oh, we got
no!
fun.
Mayhem.
Uh-oh.
Mayhem, turn
Oh,
5.
dust everywhere. Oh, it's rewind time. Alrighty, let's see what happened. Oh, it's just a concertina effect. Unfortunate. Unfortunate.
That's tough to
But
see.
luckily, I don't think anyone took any serious hits. So they do get bumped to the back of the grid, but they aren't nursing damage that's too hindering to their pace, so it should be all right. But out of that, I think our top 5 are preserved, so they didn't run into any major issues.
Damiani's still got Sir in his sights here, looking at P1. The gap is formed back to P3. Chilcutt falling off of our leaders there. Starting to train P3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right on top of each other here in turn 3.
This is going to be the group of the night if they stay this close.
Wouldn't be surprised we saw those quali times were all stacked on top of each other.
We've got Josh Damiani out in front. He is dropping off of Sir little by little over the course of the lap. Just keeping an eye on the delta there, and they're both running away from Chilcutt and P3. So I'm sure they're both happy to be running in open air right now.
Catching Austin Gardner here in the Lexus. Looks like his front bumper is loose. He definitely took some damage there in that lap 1 carnage. Fight for P10 here. Molyneux on Crown. Pretty close together. Let's see if he can put together a chicane and a good final corner, get a run back into turn 1 on him.
Looking really out of shape out of that chicane.
A little scrappy there.
Oof. A lot of off-roading going on. It's not good for the pressures.
Nope. Definitely don't want to be doing crazy stuff too early before the tires get warmed up. Still in this pack here, fight for P3. Chilcutt might be holding these guys up at this point, and they are falling off Sir and Damiani in that 1-2 spot.
Damiani's already down almost 2.5 seconds from Sir.
We have a pretty good train back at in P19. Battle for 20th and everything.
Let's give her a gander.
Gonna see some
Oh, I
side by
see.
side here. Oh, a little scrub.
They've been going at it since turn 1, kind of going tit for tat.
Pincheniak actually loses another position there from that little contact in the entry to turn 5. Or is that turn 4?
I just throw numbers out there until I get it right one of these days.
It's got to be one of them.
Exactly. Guaranteed win. That's a close little fight. Really, most of the field is pretty tight. aside from a couple of drivers, I'd say. I mean, Sir is now 3.5 seconds. Jeez, man, he's running 55, 54, 6
Huh?
race pace.
Oh, what?
I believe race control is broken.
I sure hope so.
Or division organization is broken. Something here is wrong, but you know what? Racing is further down the field, so we'll keep it on that.
Got Clencera's trying to make a move on your man there, Russell Allen.
Oh, getting a little bumpy. Getting a little bumpy. Jason Allen on Russell Allen. Who owns the last name? We don't know. Doesn't matter. Lucas is looking to capitalize on both of them behind. Wow, Lucas. Okay, I think Lucas started like P19, P20, but that's a spin, and that's not good for the program. That's commentator's curse right there.
Yeah, Lucas and Doug Lee finding their way together there.
Oh, and they're still parked. They're still parked. Lucas is slowly starting to get going again, but he's dropped down to P28. As Paulie passes him, that puts him P29. That's not good for the program. That's, you know, Badman's trademark racing right there. I don't know what else to say.
Not too far off that Plan E racing strategy either. But further up, Chilcutt, who was P3, must have made a mistake. He's let Wong and Michi through, and he's sitting P5 now. Missed that in the Clencera's incident there. He's fallen off of them as well. It must have been quite a shakeup there. So now Michi fighting Wong for that P3 spot. And race control might not be broken. I see Sir put in another 54.9 on his last lap, so he is absolutely crushing it right now. That gap to Damiani is getting close to 5 seconds, and we're not even 10 minutes into the race.
Ay, ay, ay.
Further back, Smalley, he qualified up there, didn't he? He qualified P5 and is in P18 now.
Yeah, he dropped 13 spots. Yeah, that's... Ay, ay, ay.
Not a great start from him, but clearly he has some pace. Let's see if he can put something together. He's got plenty of traffic ahead of him here. He's got Lee ahead. Not far behind Mike Scott.
Super close. Everyone's being fairly conservative, maintaining the gaps. Just trying to maintain race pace, I guess, more so. Not going for anything crazy, not jeopardizing the rest of the race. It still is early. It's 50 minutes. I'd imagine the person at the front of this train is sweating, and the person second in this train, Michael Lee, is also sweating because he thinks he's losing time behind Mike Scott.
I was stuck behind Mike Scott in the practice race Monday night, and that man knows how to defend. I could not get past him. It was quite the frustration there. Not that he was dirty in his defense, just very what's the word I'm looking for? He's very strong. He's a very strong defender. See Smalley sending it. Oh, no, 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 no.
Can't defend when there's a send.
Oh, sir. Let's catch the replay of this.
Just laid on the brakes, nowhere to go.
Overcooked.
Except the side of him.
unfortunate there for Scott and Smalley.
That's tough. That drops Mr. Mike Scott down to P34. Smalley's P21, so he made it out a little bit better. But yeah, Mike Scott damaged that nice looking Comic Racing livery. Those guys always make a clean looking livery.
Yeah.
Not livery for our small cult of SRA heathens.
Oh.
Okay, now we're seeing, aside from the midfield, everyone's spacing out. We've got Landshark all over the back of Roger. He's looking real anxious, trying to get something done here.
It's like a 5-car train.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not a bad size. Ollie Hartman right on the back of Lucas Monceres. Mr. Michael Jeffries right now, ripping the Aston. No livery. Talking Bailey Kish in the Audi. We don't see too many Audis anymore. I wonder if it's because it got nerfed. Probably.
Still a fun car to drive, though.
Absolutely, those mid-engines. I mean, most mid-engines are pretty great.
Couldn't really get the mid-engine cars to drive with me that well. I know they're fast, and it's just me, but nonetheless, I'm a front-engine boy. Seeing these guys rip those cars around, I wish I was like them. It seems like it's a lot of fun. Clearly got some pace. I know the Audi got a nerf, but it's definitely still viable.
You got that mash and dash driving style, right?
Yep.
It's good to have that extra weight over the front for when you plant it.
Yep.
What about you, Austin? Mid-engine guy?
I really enjoy the mid-engines. In fact, I'm actually driving the Audi in the season for this season. Having some good times with it. You know, I just, too much of that mash though of putting the power down. Got a little oversteer on me.
Car definitely gets a little squirrely under throttle for sure.
Yeah, you gotta caress that pedal.
Learning it slowly, race by race.
Landshark going for a move down the inside of the pit. Goes deep. Roger takes it back from him, and we're right back where we started.
This has been a good grouping to watch, though. They've been keeping it close, defending well, keeping it clean.
Yeah, generally speaking, it has been pretty clean. Everybody's respecting their gaps. Come a long way in terms of safety.
No doubt.
Albeit perfect safety, but safety nonetheless.
Is that Landshark that went off there? Yeah, Landshark went off there in turn 5.
Oh no,
Oh, he's
Landshark.
dropping spots.
I can't even find him.
Let's see where he's
There
at.
he is.
He's still in the gravel.
It's
Going a
real.
little too deep in that hairpin.
Oh, he did, yeah. That's unfortunate. Lost about 5 spots there. 6? Hard to tell.
Yeah, then he goes deep again here, going into that hairpin.
Oof, oof. Does a good job to avoid Hartman. Ollie would not have been happy about that. Uh-oh. Huh. My ACC doesn't like me showing replays, so I guess that's the last one I'll be showing for the night. So our situation up front is as expected. Sir kind of running away with it. He's got a 12-second gap on Joe Wong in P2 actually, who's since passed Josh Damiani in P3, but Josh is planted to the back of Joe's bumper, as you can see in the pit and on the main screen. They're followed by Mr. Michi in P4. Oh, commentator's curse.
Is that Damiani?
Yep, Damiani and Michi.
Oh no.
Wait, am I seeing? No. No. I'm seeing something different.
I tried to hit a replay and see if I could catch that Wong and Wong overtake on Damiani.
Well, I think Damiani took a little field trip to the dirt, so now he's sitting P4 behind Chilcutt, and then Michi is still behind him. And then Bailey Kish right off the tail of Michi, looking to break into that top 5.
Kish went a little wide there at the end of that chicane, lost 2 spots, looks like.
Wow, commentator's curse is running rampant tonight, boys. Whose life could we mess up today? I'm not gonna say any names. I'm just gonna switch.
Oh, I'm watching Nick Wagner right now. He picked off one in the chicane and got another coming in at turn 1. Sitting up in P6 right now.
It's a little bump in the back. That's a. Is that the AI generated hot dog Renaissance livery?
That is absolutely disgusting and beautiful.
It's a work of. I hesitate to say art, but you know what? Anything these days is art, so it is a work of art.
I'm all for it. I love it. Give me that Renaissance hot dog.
Austin's a big Renaissance hot dog guy.
Yeah.
What's your which one of the Ninja Turtles would have painted this?
Oh, it has to be Mikey.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there. Michelangelo definitely would have signed his name on this.
100%.
Show a fellow steward some love here. Carl Fredrickson, P9, Bimmer Boys Worldwide. Still in this pack here that we've been hanging on to. Got a Kish in front. Jeffries P7 ahead of Kish. Still right in the mix. Like to see Carl do well. Puts in a lot of time helping out the league behind the scenes.
100%. And a certified great guy.
He's a great guy.
Just behind him, we got a pair of kings, Jason Allen, Russell Allen, Plan E Racing, running those sweet, sweet Coca-Cola liveries. Just keeping the pace up. Staying consistent. Looking to break into the top 10, try to make the most of anybody that slips up ahead of him.
You guys really did nail the livery this season with Plan E Racing Coca-Cola theme.
Credit to Jason Allen.
Definitely
pulled off a work for it.
He did. Definitely a standout on the grid, I would say. Further back, Schaefer, Fickard, Curtis Lee, Robbie Toddy, all close together. Might see some Lexus on Lexus on Lexus action. Curtis Lee and Dustin Ficker both know each other very well. Both running the Lexus. I believe they're actually helping each other out and sharing setups in our practice throughout the week. Both former members of the Bentley Boys Club, now somewhat rebranded to the Bad Boys Club, as we've all abandoned the Bentley. Rest in peace. But the BBC lives on. Always and forever. BBC. I'll always be rooting for these guys. So we see Robbie Toddy way off. Maybe scaring Al Latufo off into the gravel here. Let's see if I can catch a replay of this. Well, absolutely terrible camera work there, but it looks like Robbie Toddy got a little loose. Latufo taking evasive action and unfortunately finds himself banging against the wall there past the gravel. Hope his car's not off too bad. Did drop a couple of positions there.
Al is now back with the rest of our fallen soldiers. Mr. Lucas Clanceris, Mike Scott, Austin Gardner, Lee. I mean, everybody, the whole gang is back there.
I know how it is back there. That was me last night. You get in a couple of incidents, lose some time, pick up some damage, and there's not a lot you can do. Definitely fallen off our front runners, but they do have each other to keep them company. So. Doesn't matter if you're battling for P1 or P37. In a way, it's all the same. You gotta beat the guy next to you and make the most of it.
That's a competitive mindset for sure. See, we're approaching the pit window here. Opens at 35 minutes, stays open for 10 minutes until we hit 25 on the timing board. Not timing board, on the clock. Everybody's required to take at least 1 liter of fuel. Taking tires is optional. It's generally not the ideal strategy given, you know, the league's pace and the amount of time we're racing. But there have been people that have done it, and it makes for some pretty interesting racing. I doubt we'll see any of it tonight, but yeah, I'd say we got a minute till the pit opens.
Here comes Landshark up the inside.
Oh, getting squirrely and then getting spun.
Oh, that was almost beautiful.
Is he racing Wagner? Wait.
I think that was I think that was Roger.
Roger. Damn. Oh, Landshark, that's tough, buddy. That's tough.
Maybe we'll see what happens with Crown. He looks like he has some damage. He's been dropping back here quite a bit these past couple of laps.
He has. Jump on with him. Try to get a look at his car.
The bonnet shaking a lot in the onboard cam.
Yeah, definitely scraped up that front splitter pretty good. You're right, that bonnet is jiggling.
Something went wrong. Doing a 2:02.5 last lap. It's like 5 seconds off the pace for where he's at in the field.
Just in front of him, Flo and Johnson in the Mercs here, pulling a gap. Flo was actually our, did he win the Drivers' Championship in D3, or was that just the Team Championship?
The team.
Team.
At least the
Definitely
and then
team.
I believe maybe Toddy
Toddy won the Drivers.
But he also won the team.
Well, either way, they're both studs. Absolutely killed it in D3 last season. He got their promotion up to D2. Good to see. Good to see Flo here sticking it with these guys up in D2. He definitely deserved it.
Looks like we got some of our first guys coming into the pit. Mr. Roger looking to pit early. He was actually running at the front of a train, so that was an interesting call. Maybe he was feeling the pressure behind him. But regardless, he's coming in. We'll see where he ends up at the end of the pit window. So we currently have, if I'm reading Evan's screen correctly, we have 1.5 minutes left on the pit window. Or sorry, 8.5 minutes in the pit window.
Oh no.
Oh, you see Curtis getting all out of shape.
Curtis and Schaefer get tangled up. Catch this again.
Oh, he just pedaled over the curb on the inside. That sucks.
Looks like they actually got one of the Coca-Cola Plan E cars as well in that.
Oh no.
Diego Navarro, collateral damage. Unfortunate, but he didn't lose too many spots from that, as far as I can tell. Interesting.
On with a driver I haven't mentioned yet tonight, Super Dave, following real close behind the Aston of Polly Hartman.
Super Dave is up 16 positions. That's probably a little skewed from the pits. But yeah, he's having a nice little race here. He started P38 on the grid, but making his way back up. And he decides to pit. So we'll see where he ends up at the end of this. It's looking like, if I am reading the data correctly, it's looking like a good pit should cost you about 35, 36 seconds here, if you nail it.
Here we go.
We're seeing about half the grid is pitted thus far.
So it looks like Damiani, who was well up there at the start of the race, served his pit stop and has come out behind Wagner, who has also served his pit stop. Wagner's having himself quite the race tonight.
Nick Wagner representing the Lexuses. Not too shabby.
Qualified P8 and sitting P12 right now, yet everybody in front of him still needs to pit. So when this pit window closes, I'm very interested to see where Wagner and Damiani shake out.
I'd put Wagner like P4 maybe. I don't know. It depends if they're running in clean air right now. It looks like Wagner does have he has about 4 seconds of clean air to the car ahead, and that's Fire Queso, who also actually has made up a really significant chunk of time over the course of this race. He's up 23 positions right now, but he has yet to pit, so that number's not entirely valid. Got Sir running into some back markers up front. I don't know if that's going to take any chunks of time out of him. Back markers getting out of the way there for him.
I'm reading this right. Robbie Totti, unfortunate, has a stop go 30.
Speeding in the pit lane. That's brutal.
You never like to see it, especially when it comes across your screen.
Absolutely.
seen that in a league race before, and definitely takes the wind out of your sails. If you even
That's
had
why
any
it's
to begin with. Mine came at a time where I was already down bad, and you get the stop go 30, and it's tough. It really hurts. Question why you did all the practice in the week just to throw it all away.
That's why you gotta dedicate a significant chunk of practice to pitting.
That's definitely
Maybe
true.
not, but actually, give it like 3 good runs.
Yep,
See
no
if you
doubt.
nail it.
No doubt. See, Joe Wong up there at the front has dove into the pit lane. See, Kreska's in the pit lane as well. Wong's coming out right now. Let's see where he comes out at. So in game it says he is P2. On my sheet it is P5. We'll see here as he crosses the sector line. Just looking at the mini map though, Sir is so far ahead.
We'll have to see if Russell Allen has that overcut covered. He has yet to pit, so if he pulls it off, he will have the second place over Wong on track, it looks like.
Huh. We're back to the funky 10-minute pit window. How much longer we got left on that window? Like 2 minutes?
2 minutes. 2 minutes left.
And who has yet to pit? Looking at the timing board there. Looks like Jeffries, Molyneux, Russell Allen, Holly Hartman, and it's just those 4. Everybody else is pit.
I'm wondering if Damiani made another mistake somewhere along the way. He was hanging up there. I know he had a small bobble, but he was still in it. And just looking at where Mr. Sir is on track as his benchmark, Sir's in turn 2 right now as Damiani is coming onto the start-finish straight. Somewhere along the way, he lost quite a bit of time.
Well, his pit was probably not ideal by a few seconds, 3 or 4 seconds. I don't know how much that contributed to it.
Not sure. I guess everybody's shaking out right now. Let the timing board catch up with itself as people cross over our sector lines on track. So we see Sir definitely P1 there, holding the fastest lap with that 54.8. Put down a lap 2 or 3 there. Unbelievable. And Joe Wong P2. Chilcutt P3. So Wagner, okay, so Wagner and Damiani P4 and 5. So they're still in there.
Yeah, okay. Everything's all sorted out now. Joe Wong actually has a super healthy lead on P3. He's got 8 seconds on Chilcutt and P3, so that's pretty nice for him. It looks like, if they keep it clean, this podium is likely solidified. The only one I hesitate to say that for is P3. There's 4 seconds from Chilcutt to Wagner, and then subsequently 4 seconds from Wagner to Damiani in P5. So I'd say that last podium spot is still anyone's game. But pace-wise, it looks like 1 and 2 are both locked out. But shit, anything can happen. Excuse my French.
No, no doubt. Seen a couple of people lose it here in this chicane. Even the Schumacher S's, seeing people get a little loose. Well, really gotta stay focused. It's definitely not over yet. So here we go. Ron Flo's got to run. Backs out of it though. That's Roger ahead. Looks like Roger's hood is a little propped open. He's definitely got some front end damage. See if Flo decides if he wants to send it here. No, not quite. Breaks a little early. Gives himself some space.
Merc on Merc action. He's really got to be sharp on setting up his move on Roger ahead.
No doubt. And that Merc is a beast getting out of these slower corners too. Thing is so torquey. Got really good traction control system on that thing too. If you get that dialed in right, you can just smash the gas and it goes. Here we go. Roger had a little slip up there on the exit. Is Flo thinking about it? Not quite. Is that an overtake through the S's I just caught in the picture-in-picture?
Yeah. That was Kevin Kovac on Dustin Fickert through the S's.
What a beast.
Dustin was pretty respectful there.
Yeah. They had some good wheel-to-wheel action starting in turn 1 and leading all the way down into the S's.
It's a hard-fought, hard-earned. Whoa. Looking for something, but getting cut off right there, just before the braking zone. Roger's hood about to fly off.
Now, Flo's definitely got a little pace on him. He just can't quite get in that zone where you're able to make the move. He's going to do it. It's going to be a little bit risky. So here we go, turn 1. Does he have it done? Taking a sharp angle.
Gallop line. Roger stays ahead. Has probably the ideal line for turns 2 and 3. Yeah.
Oh, Flo.
Stick with it. Oh, and keeps it out of the wall.
Oh, that was scary.
Glorious Tokyo Drift Lawnmower Edition.
Oh man, went a
Commentator curse.
Yep, little wide there and got out on that AstroTurf, and there's no grip out there. If you're on the throttle, the rear just goes. And we see Navarro getting a little rubby and scrubby with Mike Scott. Navarro's all over him. Takes the inside. This is ideal here, but he's going to be on the outside for turn 5.
And they're exposed to the cars behind as well.
Yep,
so
the Lexus.
Oh,
No! Who is that? Curtis Lee. Just trying to slip through. Navarro closes the door on him.
Oh, loses what, like 6 positions just for that bump. Ay.
Man, that is tough. You see the two guys battling ahead, and you try to slip through on the line that's winning there. Just gets chopped down. Unfortunate to see. Catching now Eric Boardman looking at Fire Queso and Johnson ahead. Just looking at the timing boards too, I'm noticing we mentioned Wagner there maybe having a shot at taking P3 off of Chilcutt. This gap was 4 seconds before. It's now 2. So Wagner is pushing. Chilcutt must have made a mistake in the chicane. It was 2 seconds. Now he's right on the bumper. Wagner looking at P3 right ahead of him.
Oh, here comes that Lexus straight line speed. The hot dog renaissance.
He might have it here.
On the inside for Michelangelo.
Honda goes the pretty wide entry there.
Very weird braking, but he has the inside for the next 2 turns. Oh, but the switchback from Wagner. And he takes the spot from him, no problem.
Well, there it is. Said he had a shot at it. Didn't think it'd be this soon, but here he is, Nick Wagner, sitting on the podium.
Let's see if he can maintain that spot. Yeah, that was a rough last lap for Chilcutt. That was a 59.2. Wagner was running a 56.6. So yeah, he ate 2 and a little over 2.5 seconds out of his delta that lap. That's unfortunate. But the fight's still on. It's not over.
Fight is on. Speaking of fights, Carl Fredrickson looking at Bailey Kish. This is the battle for P7. Man, those BMW brakes are so good.
Yeah, that's the big opportunity, right? Because
oh, here we go. Kish touches the gravel.
leaves the door open for Fredrickson. He's gonna take that easily, going into the chicane. Got to hold on to it. Don't get too excited. He takes a lot of curve there.
Oh, real loose, too wide here.
Oh, is he gonna lose 2 spots for it? He's getting squeezed on the inside a little bit, and he might lose that from the Renaissance hot dog Lexus. We will see, but I think the BMW brakes might save him here. Oof, close, wheel to wheel.
Very close.
Don't run too wide, but it looks like Fredrickson might have already lost the position, and now he's under fire from Taylor Molyneux behind. Oh, Taylor Molyneux getting awful close. But that is that. Move done.
Oh,
Renaissance
here we go.
Lexus.
Damiani up at the front in the gravel. What happened here? Looks like Jeffrey's right on his bumper. Oh, he went a little wide, caught the grass.
Spinella.
Oh, Damiani. Losing the spot there to Jeffrey. Still has a gap to this battle behind us we were looking at earlier. Kish and Fredrickson, Molyneux. That Lexus is actually... Who is that? That's Gardner. Somewhere Gardner had an off? I thought he was killing it.
Gardner.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
He was unlucky at the beginning.
I was thinking of his teammate, Wagner. Oh,
Yes, there you go.
Wagner's still holding it down in P3. His teammate getting feisty, though, here, still up at the front. That Lexus, he is in P36, but he's hanging with this top 10 pace. See, further back, Morrison and Michi getting close to each other.
Michi absolutely put a clean move on Morrison through the chicane there. That was, I mean, that was great from both of them, honestly. It's just, you know, unfortunate for Morrison that Michi came out on top, but at least neither of them died. That was really clean stuff. That might be one of the cleanest overtakes through that chicane I've seen this week.
Doesn't look like the battle's over though. Morrison coming back.
Morrison comes back at him. You know Matt's not going to let that go too easy.
Oh, Matt's a good dude, but he definitely drives with the motion. If he gets past like that, he'll be fighting with everything he's got, that's for sure. I know him.
If they play their cards right, they could be brought up into this P11 battle that's just in front of them too.
Yeah, with Kreska leading Jason Allen and Colin Shea. Kind of a best of the rest fight, although I guess that's not entirely true, but you know, just outside the top 10.
Long season, points are points though.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely, every little one counts.
no doubt. We've seen championships decided by a single point, 2 points.
Scandal every now and then.
Scandal that cost a championship by a point.
So let's see, biggest losers, biggest gainers for this race. It's Russell Allen standout, making it 14 spots up to P10.
Michi actually just lost it in the chicane, unfortunately.
Did he lose that out to Matt Morrison?
No, he went off track.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Unfortunate. Now he's quite a ways behind Matt Morrison. For that spot ahead, yeah, he's 3 seconds behind. Oh, we're getting a little action in T1.
Whew.
Doug Lee, Eric Boardman coming together. Unfortunate stuff. Life goes on. Looks like Kreska got the move done on Jason Allen and took P11 off of it. He's gonna try to push these last 11 minutes of the race, try to attack Russell Allen ahead. Shouldn't get close because of the extreme quality of Plan E racing drivers. No bias.
I've seen Plan E be vulnerable this season already.
We're always vulnerable. Let's see. Going back to biggest losers, biggest gainers. Polyak with 21 positions gained, Pincheniak 14, Matt Morrison 14 positions gained, Johnson 18, Fire Queso 14. We got some big gainers here. Big losers are, unfortunately, most of the guys at the back of the field right now, about Alda Tufo onwards. Kind of sucks for them. They've been, they fell victim to the nature of the track.
So here we go, less than 10 minutes. Oh man, sorry about that. Less than 10 minutes left here in the race. The sun's definitely going down, getting a little darker. We got the headlights on from everybody. Seems like a lot of people have kind of found their gaps here and started pulling away. Not too many battles here on track. One of them though, Lucas Clenzeris on Super Dave. Lucas gets a pretty good run there on Super Dave. It's going to be a fight into turn one.
Got to brake early on the inside. As long as he remembers that, he can stick it. I hope I didn't just give him commentator's curse. It doesn't look like I did. But Super Dave has the better run on the outside. That line by Lucas on the inside was just a little bit too tight. So he's going to have to wait for the next opportunity to come up.
It's actually surprisingly challenging to get that move right. You think you're on the inside, you pushed him out wide, and you got him beat, but it seems like the angle you take on entry is everything. As they're side by side again here. Defense from Super Dave hugging the inside. Lucas takes the out. Gonna have to try again.
And again, it looks like he has a half decent run on him, but not quite enough for that length of straight. God, he's all over the back of him.
He is.
Let's go to Lucas's view in the pit. See what he's seeing right now. Super Dave not cracking, not making any mistakes. Tell Lucas is anxious. You see that delta kind of, and that space between them kind of increase, decrease, increase, decrease. It slows down just to catch right back up again. They both look decent through the chicane. Lucas looks a little bit better, but it's not going to be enough for the final turn. So let's see if he gets the run on him going down to turn 1. He's got that Honda power, and it's looking decent for Lucas. He's going to have another go here. Oh, it's looking very good. Super Dave squeezing him to the inside. Hopefully he doesn't hit the grass on the way to the braking zone. Oh, just brushes over it. He gets it slowed down for turn 1, but it looks like Super Dave might have the grip on the outside again. And then he has the inside for turn 2 and likely turn 3 if he blocks off Lucas, which he does, and it looks like Lucas is going to have to wait yet again for another opportunity, but Super Dave goes a little bit wide into turn 3, but keeps it together again. Ay, ay, ay. It's frustrating for Lucas.
Yeah, you can tell he feels like he's being held up and he's got speed on him. Here we go. Takes the inside this time.
Props to Lucas for really fighting respectfully here.
Yeah, and shout out to Dave for putting together a defense on him. He's taking the right lines and holding his speed around the outside of turn 1. Definitely.
Classic lines through that corner. Has to slow up Lucas a little bit. Oh, Dave gets a little squirrely.
Here we go. Here we go. This has to be it.
Have another run on him.
Lucas.
The inside. He sticks it. And he gets the move done. Maybe. Okay, yeah, he gets it done.
Yep.
Nice. Good stuff, Lucas.
Clean battle there, and here we go. Ghost Rider on Ghost Rider. Doug Lee looking at Fire Queso. Not much doing there, and that Honda is just pulling away in Sector 1. That Honda's just so good with rotation, and Sector 1 is just so tight and technical. You really need that thing to turn. Honda likes being driven on throttle, which is just perfect for Sector 1 here. It's further up. We've jumped on him a few times. Carl Fredrickson's still hanging on here, looking at Taylor Molyneux, just 2/10 ahead coming into the chicane.
Yeah, I've been paying attention to this one for the past couple laps. He's been sticking it close, you know, that chicane he gets right up there, but then they get a little bit of a gap, and he gets it right back in that Sector 3.
We're into the last 4 minutes or so of this race. We got maybe 3 laps left. Everyone's fighting for those final spots. Generally speaking, the field's pretty spread out.
Pretty,
Not a whole lot of fights.
pretty spread out. We do have Kovac looking right at Fickert's rear wing. Gets a killer run out of there. But does the Lexus have the power to pull back ahead? Man, the Porsche brakes are just so good.
Oh yeah.
Just killed Fickert in the braking zone there. Made it look way too easy. That was all set up from that run out of the last corner. I don't know what Kevin did to get that inside line, get the power down. Good move there from Kovac to take P24. Moving just a little further up, we got Eric Boardman looking at Doug Lee. It's Doug
Takes the
Lee,
inside, not a problem.
a little wide there. It's going to be side by side coming into the S's. Very dangerous. Little rubbing there. Boardman has to slot back in. Here we go. Boardman might have a little bit on him with the slipstream coming to turn 1. He's gonna look for an alternate line through here.
Definitely taking the wider line. He might be. Oh, it's not enough to turn 2.
Just a little too wide.
Alright, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
You heard the man. Final lap. Mr. Sir sitting all by himself, 16 seconds ahead of P2 as it takes turn 1. Here is P2 just crossing the start line. Joe Wong also 16 seconds ahead of P3. Nick Wagner coming around the last corner here. So those top 3 spread out quite far under no pressure at all. Jeffries P4 6 seconds behind. Closest battle at the front, we have Damiani looking at Chilcutt. I feel like he's been here the entire race. Couple early bobbles and found himself behind Chilcutt, who has kept him behind. Last chance to do anything here. A top 5 sounds pretty nice for the 2 of these guys. Only one of them's gonna make it. Here we go, further back, Smalley on Pincheniak.
Straight bullies him out of the corner.
So Pincheniak losing the spot to Smalley ahead in the Honda.
The leader has finished the race.
And just like that, Mr. Sir already finished his lap. Takes home the win, P1, jumping back to this fight with Damiani and Chilcutt as they come around to the final straight here for the chicane. Joe Wong does finish P2.
Ooh, looking back just a little bit, we had Alan and Shay come together. They were battling pretty close there and just had a unfortunate touch.
Unlucky as here we go. Wagner P3, Jeffries P4. Chilcutt does hold off Damiani. Takes P5. Damiani P6. Kish P7. Carl Fredrickson P8. Taylor Molyneux P9. Kreska rounds out the top 10. Who else is close? We see Turner Johnson looking at Poliak. One more corner and that gap might be a little bit too much. Nothing doing there. Further back, 3 cars all in the final corner. Doug Lee, Eric Boardman, Landshark. Oh no, Polly Hartman? Oh, he did finish, okay. I saw the yellow flag thrown out. Everybody crossing the line here. Who is still out? Is that everybody?
That's everyone.
All right, so one more time, Mr. Sir, congratulations on the win and fastest lap. Joe Wong and Nick Wagner filling out our podium tonight. What a race. I say it every time, but these D2 guys put on a show, and saw lots of close battling there, bumper to bumper for lap after lap. Great moves all over the track. And again, no surprises, Mr. Sir. We picked him to win. He got it done. Kudos to him.
That's a second straight week of a Sir Wong P1, P2. I can't recall off the top of my head who took P3 last week, but congrats to Chilcutt this week at the very least. Yeah, good stuff from the boys all around. The skill level just keeps going up and up and up, and you guys are just racing each other so well.
No doubt. Definitely come a long way in terms of battling. It's gotten a lot cleaner, a lot more respectful. We've seen the pace of these guys just skyrocket too. Just makes for great racing.
It was apart from a couple instances here and there, a good clean race from a lot of people. Those who kept it clean gained a lot in that first lap and following. So.
All right, I do see our winner hanging out in chat. I am going to pull him up and see what he's feeling right now. Mr. Sir, you've done it again. Congratulations on back-to-back win. Oh, okay. Never mind.
There he goes. Not having any of it.
I got half of my piece in. I guess he's not interested right now, but congratulations to Mr. Sir. Let's see if I can find our other podium finishers here. A no-go on Wong. I do see Wagner, though. Let's see how he's feeling right now. Mr. Wagner, what a race. Finding yourself in the podium positions. How are you feeling?
Feeling great.
And we saw you just keep climbing up. I think you qualified P8, and the entire race you just had your foot down, and we saw the gaps. We're calling him out. Like, man, he's like maybe within range to finish in the podium. And then that one lap, was that I can't remember who that was. Was that Chilcutt? And you got a crazy run through the chicane and in the final corner. We saw you close that gap up quick, found yourself in P3 and just ran away with it. How was the car feeling tonight?
Oh, the car felt great actually here. I was surprised.
You put in a lot of practice this week?
Probably about 15 laps.
Okay, all right.
Oh, feels bad for everyone else.
Yep, you're just a beast, I guess.
I'm not one to really practice much because then I just overdo it and I screw myself over.
Fair enough.
You've definitely found some sort of a sweet spot. Definitely works with your race tonight.
Oh yeah, the car, I don't know, it just felt on point the whole night, and I had my tire pressures. They were a little low towards the end, but I mean the grip was there the whole race, which was amazing.
Well, that's incredible. I did mention earlier, the Lexus isn't known as the best car, but I did hear from some of the guys the Lexus feels pretty good around the Nurburgring. So clearly, you guys are on to something. I'm happy to see a Lexus up here on the podium. It's not often we see that, but I would certainly like to see it again. I know we have a week off for Thanksgiving, and then we'll be at Indianapolis. You have experience there. You feeling good about coming into that race?
I did do a 12-hour race there with my team a while back, but it was in the Audi. And the Lexus, I've done a little bit and I got some pace, but I'll have to put practice in for that one for sure.
Well, no doubt. Well, again, I'd like to see you up there, and congratulations tonight. I hope to see you there at Indy, and yeah, just congratulations. Nicely done.
Thank you. Thank you guys for what you do. I appreciate it.
All right, let's see if we can find. Do we have Wong, or is Mr. Sir ready to speak? Not seeing Wong, but let's check back on Mr. Sir. Mr. Sir, are you with us this time?
He's muted. Looks like we've got a humble winner in the chat. Oh, there he goes. He's unmuted.
You can hear me now.
There
Yep.
we go.
All right, yeah, sorry I hung up on you. I barely know how to work a car and barely know how to work Discord, so.
Well, you definitely know how to work a car. Congratulations on back-to-back wins. You've ran away with both of them. Your speed is unbelievable. And just that fastest lap you put down, 54.8. That's crazy. Just straight out of the gate on race fuel. And clearly the car was feeling great tonight. Am I wrong about that?
No, not at all. I mean, the BMW gives you so much support, stability. You can basically run over anything, and it's going to be there right behind you. So, yeah, car was super fast tonight.
Well, I'm interested to know how you got so fast. We asked Wagner, who finished P3, if he practiced a lot. He said he ran about 15 laps. Oh, are you the type of guy?
Itself, I'll be honest. I know that comes off as braggy, but yeah, I mean, SRA is my first and only league. I did a little bit of LFM public lobbies, but couldn't find my groove there. And the rest has been just public lobbies. The big three: Monza, Nurburgring, and Spa. So yeah, as far as practice goes, try to put in as much laps as I can as soon as the practice servers go live. And yeah, try not to think about it too much going into the race.
Well, it's definitely working for you. I mean, must just be good genetics, I guess. Like, if this is your first league and you've been running public lobbies, I don't know how you're that fast.
I honestly don't know either. I'll tell you, coming into Suzuka week 1, I was super scared because my first lap was like a 2:05, and I'm like, I'm nowhere near where I need to be. So, 15 Jardier videos left later, I'm suddenly on the pace and picking up setup from some of the top BMW guys over there in Europe really helps out with stability. But yeah, just I think putting the laps in with practice, I think really paid off.
Well, it truly is unbelievable. I'll speak for myself, and I think the other guys here, we're definitely jealous of your pace. If I could be that fast, it sounds pretty sweet. Start winning some races. It'd be pretty sweet. Well,
Exactly.
congratulations again, back-to-back D2 race winner, Mr. Sir.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Alrighty, looks like our P2 finisher, Mr. Wong, is nowhere to be found tonight, so we will wrap it up here. Dominic, Austin, what a race. You guys have any final words?
Closing comments. Nope. Just shout out and thank you to the D2 guys for putting on another show for us. It's a privilege to get to watch these guys race.
Yeah, same sentiment. Good race, fun to watch, lots of good overtakes, a lot of good racing, and I want to thank you guys for allowing me up in the booth this week. It was a fun time.
Happy to have you, man.
Well, thanks for joining us. That was certainly a lot of fun again. We're looking forward to week 3. I mentioned earlier we do have an off week coming up, but catch us in 2 weeks from now. We'll be at Indianapolis, and I'm expecting that race to be just as great. These D2 guys are definitely proving themselves and showing that they could battle close, make it fun, make it entertaining, and I'm looking forward to it. So with that said, thank you all for joining us. This has been Sim Racing Alliance Season 5, Round 2 here at Nurburgring. 8 race season, 6 to go. I bet they're all going to be just as great, and I am looking forward to it. I will catch you all in 2 weeks. Dominic, Austin, thank you. We will do it again and have just as much fun.
Yep. Have a happy Thanksgiving, all.
Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and Blitzen and all his reindeers pulling on the reins. Bells are ringing, children sing, and all is merry and bright. So hang your stockings and say your prayers, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He's got a bag that's filled with toys for boys and girls again.